Hi, it's Sue again. Today I'd like to talk to you about another exercise that I use a lot, and it's called a reverse arc or a counter bend. I'm going to demonstrate on this horse, and I use it as a warm-up quite often. I don't just come out and trot and trot and trot. I'll actually just walk circles, bit of reverse arc, moving the shoulder, moving the rib, going back into a normal circle. So what I want you to think about and watch what I do, set yourself a pattern in your head of a figure 8 or a D if you like. So you've got one end is a reverse arc, then you're coming, because you're doing reverse arc, you'll be coming back flexed into a correct circle at the other end. So that's your horse's breathing space, what I call their breathing space, their rest area. So when you get to the middle again, you go back to your reverse arc and go around to the center again. Your horse is already bent in the correct flexion, and then you do a correct flexion circle. And remember to do it both ways, obviously, even. So have a look at what I do and see if you can follow that. But you must have a circle in your mind, and a lot of people have trouble. What is a circle? If you don't know in your head where the circle is, how do you expect the horse to stay correct in the circle? So you must put some witches' hats out if you like as a guide, whatever you need to do to help you get the same circle the whole time. So I'm going to talk you through this and let's see how we go with it. Now I've just got on this horse, so she hasn't been warmed up at all. I'm just sitting here chatting to you. So I'm now going to warm her up by walking a circle, then taking her into a reverse arc. I'm walking a circle. Okay, it's all nice and easy, chilled out, but we are checking that she's still got all those buttons still there in this exercise. So I'm going to go and do that now, and let's see how we go. Look around at your circle. Look around at your circle. Where is it? Okay, don't look down at your horse. It's one of my bad habits. I think a lot of trainers do that. Look around at your circle. Where's your circle going to be? Ride your circle. So you can see this one is bigger than the first one. If you see this good arena here, and I've actually made this one deliberately a little bit bigger than this one, because this is going to be my reverse arc. So I'm going to push with my outside leg, push her into this circle, moving the shoulder. This rein is very important. Don't just let it go. This is your guide rein. Come back to the middle. Then I walk a correct flexion circle so I can just see her eye. And this is her rest area right here. She's just bent in the direction of her travel. So I'm just walking the circle, getting back to the center. And this is where, again, I put my neck rein on, move that shoulder across, outside leg, push her around to the center, and she's correctly flexed to that circle. So we might trot it and you can see it again a little bit quicker. She's correctly flexed in this circle. Now I'm going to do reverse arc from this jog trot around here. Best done in a snaffle initially. Back to the center. Correct flexion. You may have to use a little bit of inside leg if your horse is dropping in on the circle. And this exercise will lead to a lope departure from a reverse arc. Move the shoulder, outside leg. And this is where you would canter right there, but we won't yet. So now I'm just going to change direction, and we're going to stay in this small circle for the reverse arc and go back to the big circle, but this time we're setting her up for a right lope departure. Sorry. Reverse arc this way. Again, change your diagonal, so I'm using outside leg, and this is her circle up here. So now she's doing a normal flexion circle. I can just see her eye. I'm just going to trot her for the speed, just to get this video done. So I'm going back here, back to the centre, outside rein, outside leg, a little bit of inside rein for direction. Back to the centre, fix any problem right there. And right there is where I will lope. Keep the bend going. Okay, so we've done that. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Very, very important for you, think about your hands. And it's a bit like driving a car. You've got to think about a manual car. You've got to think about your accelerator, your clutch, you've got to change gears, you've got to steer, you've got to put your indicator on. You need to use your body parts in this. So, remember, we're having her bent this way with your left hand. Your right hand is out wide, not down here, not floppy loose like this. You need to get an apex, like a V, between your two hands and the horse's mouth, okay? So the horse needs to feel the pressure to the left, but also a little bit of pressure to the right to show her where to go. If I just lose this all together, if she didn't know this exercise, she wouldn't know where she's supposed to go. She'd want to follow this direct rein. Okay, so this is saying bend your neck this way, bend your head this way, and follow this rein as well. And this leg is helping to support this rein. Okay, so I'm going to lope from this now. So I'm in a reverse arc. I'm coming through the centre, and I'm going to lope. Okay, she leapt into that a little bit, that's okay. Back into reverse arc, straight away, straight. I've got to pull her in. Outside leg and low, yes, that was better. Back to reverse arc, straight away. Left leg, left rein. I have my left leg on now. Watch as I come through the middle, my left leg comes off, my right leg comes on, and we get the lope departure. And this is the start of balancing up for your lead change. Getting the horse used to a change of leg from left leg here to right leg here. Find any resistance you need to break down. So just to summarise what I've been doing here is the reason we're doing it, again, it's a body control thing. We want the horse listening, in motion, so, we can get the lateral stuff real easy at the standstill, all that. but this is actually, the more pressure, the more you do these things is the more pressure you put on your horse. So again, we need to break down any resistance. You will see when you watch this video that this mare, as pretty broke as she is, she's kind of, when I first cantered her, she kind of launched into it. So she didn't actually drive up enough from behind. She kind of launched with her front end because she thinks that's what she's got to do. My bad. I should have actually held her a little firmer to make her lift her back, and I should have driven her a little more with my leg. So, you know, that's our fault. We're the pilots and we make mistakes. So forgive yourself a little bit, but be aware of it. Now, the other reason that I love this exercise is that when you're going in a reverse arc this way, you're actually using this leg. So you're using your left leg, even though your horse is flexed to the left. It's why it's called a counter bend or a reverse arc, because they're actually going the wrong way, technically, for correct flexion. So, but this is actually the exercise, remember, is only to move this shoulder across, okay, and move off this leg. When I come back through the middle is when this leg that's been pushing her all the way around up until the middle, it then comes off and this leg comes on because she's going to lope to the left. Obviously, if you're just doing this at the trot, which I suggest you do, till you get it in your head, what you've got to do. One end's reverse arc, the other end is her time. Correct flexion. Back to reverse arc, correct flexion. When they've got that down pat both ways, that's when your legs come into play, because you're going to have to push them up off this leg for the left lope departure. She's already set up in the correct flexion to the left because you've done a reverse arc this way. You come around to the middle, the flexion's correct, and your leg then asks for the canter departure. So the second time I loped this mare, I actually had a better hold of her, so I could actually drive her up into that lope departure. So don't pussyfoot with this leg, lift them up with your leg or your spur, lift, don't stab them, that's when you'll get the charge. Lift up, get your leg underneath and lift them up through that chain, okay? Hope you enjoyed the video.